Hello, my name is Tang and I'll be doing my presentation on breaking down the game industry. So the first question was, are languages like C or C++ a good language to learn as action script? Now, I feel that every language is very important to learn if you're going into programming and game design, because every language is pretty much the same thing, because you're always going to achieve the same results that you want to achieve. But some languages are easier to learn than others. But at the same time, it is still very relevant to learn a language. And then the next question was, do I need to learn about programming and computer science to be a game designer? No, it's not necessarily needed to become a game designer, because there are different aspects that you can use and become a game designer. For example, you could be a character designer where you design the characters for the game, or you could be a level designer and design levels for the game, or a story designer and writing the story of the game. These tiny little aspects, you don't need to learn how to program. You don't need to learn how to do computer science to be a game designer, because surely enough, if you have other people working with you, they will be doing the programming for you, while you'll just be doing everything else, designing everything else except the game itself. But it does very help you to go into game design or learning computer science to help you design games, especially if you're by yourself and making your own game with only yourself. It'll help a lot. The next question was, is it better to be a specialist or a generalist in the short term or long term? Now, specialists are very good at one specific thing or one specific genre of games. A good example would be Rockstar Games. They make very good. They're known for their Grand Theft Auto games, and any other games, it doesn't compare to their Grand Theft Auto games, because people will only know them for their Grand Theft Auto games. But generalists will adapt to all kinds of genres, and it'll be very effective for long-term use. A very good example of this would be like Nintendo. Since Nintendo has so many people working for them, some can be considered specialists and some can be considered generalists, since they have all these different genres for every kind of game that you can ever imagine. And I believe, this is what I believe, that being a generalist in game design is very good for the long term, because you never know when you can never know when the game industry is going to be changed. Since right now the top rated game is battle royales, but soon that can change to whatever. And then the next question was, where do you get your game ideas from? Now, you can get your game ideas from many different ideas of many different surroundings, such as the inside of your mind. You can use your own imagination to create whatever you want and make that into a game. That's one thing I very like. That's one thing I love about game design, is that you can make anything you want. Your limit is your imagination. You can also take aspects from other games, implementing it into your own. Now, you have to be very careful with this one, though, because copywriting is very huge at the moment, and people would rather you not copy their own games. But let's say you're playing this one game, for example, you're playing Fortnite, and you like the idea of Fortnite of making a battle royale, and so you create your own battle royale. Now, that goes into a genre inside of its own, of a copy and whatnot, but it's alright to take aspects from a game, but merging it into your own idea instead of just copy and pasting it into your own game. Now, another thing is using anything around you to create a game. No one says that a game has to be played on a computer. You can use whatever around you, whatever is around you, and make a game out of it. For example, if there are coins around you, coins that are scattered around you, you can pick up those coins and make this fun little game just for the meantime. You can use whatever you have that's around you, whatever you look at, whatever you see, and make that into a game. There's nothing stopping you from making a game out of anything, really. And that's where you get your ideas from a game. And that's about it. Thank you.